Hey guys, thanks for joining me again today. And what we've got today is the bad boy Outlaw. This is, I think, the original version of it. It's 8 years old. I think it's a 2013 model. And it is a commercial unit. It's not anything like what the new units are today, but it was a commercial unit at that time, and it's obviously still is. The engine lasted 3 years. This had the Briggs & Stratton commercial engine on it, and right at the warranty the case started to shift, and that caused a leak, and there was a known problem. This had a 30 horsepower Briggs & Stratton on it, and so that case was weak. So what they do is they drill it and put another pin, I think, or a pin or a bolt to add extra strength. They actually fixed it. It started to leak again, and they actually replaced my engine. So I was really blessed to have that happen right at the warranty. It actually ended while all that was going on. So anyway, that was the only issue that I really had with this unit. I think I replaced the belt, the cutting belt once, and then it's time to do it again. So in 8 years, I've got 300 hours on the unit. So not too bad for a commercial unit. I'm sure they get lots more hours on it. But I just wanted to go over a few things. I did change the drive belt. It was starting to wear. It started to get a little weak when I was trying to travel, and so I think it was about time to change that drive belt. Got that done. I've still got the deck off here. You probably could get it done without the deck being off, but there's a reason why I have the deck off, and it made it so much easier to get the drive belt on. On this one, you have these yokes, one here and one there, and then mine hangs with these chains. So once I take that off, then one bolt in the back, there's a cross stabilizer, and I took that off. Some stuff in the ditch, hit some cement and a few things, and I was mulching up a bunch of limbs and stuff after the hurricane. So this belt is totally shot. Now we're looking at the deck, and you can see we've got quite a bit of rust. And if I had a blast unit, that would be great. I would go ahead and blast all of this off. Here we go on the top side of the deck. Now here's this coating, and you can see how moisture has gotten underneath here. And now, okay, now we're down to bare metal. So that's the pretty nice metal, but this whole area, moisture gets underneath, grass, everything gets underneath, and it rusts really bad. Okay, so as you can see, now there's dirt that was underneath there, so it's a mess. It's already come back to right here, and then this one, you can see how bad it is. So when you get a deck, you definitely want the thickest deck you can buy. And I'm gonna have to pull all of the hubs and the spindles, and I'm gonna go completely bare on this, and then come back with some good primer, so I don't hopefully have to do this again. We're back at the deck again, trying to get some of the pulleys taken off, and I had to take the blades back off. I took the little striper kit off. I may or may not put that back on. It works okay, but when you go to back up, it kind of folds up and lifts your deck, and it kind of, if it doesn't fold evenly, it might tilt the deck up a little bit. The lawnmower functions better without it. So I've got it hanging up with my little auto crane here, but I want to come bring you around and show you what I did to try to keep track of the pulleys. To keep the pulleys in order, and I just went left to right and labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should keep all my pulleys in order. everything is smooth. That one's a little dry. Alright, so we're going to pull this pulley off, and this particular one is 9/16. Try not to get between this tight spot. I was able to get the other two off. I was not able to use able to pull it out with a puller. It was starting to bend the pulley, so this is what I found. Take the washers off, these two washers, and then put the bolt back in. And what we're going to do is drive this down until I did spray air crawl in here, the inside of the shaft. This is the first one that's actually messed up like this. The cover, dust cover came off. So I'm going to have to, I broke this earlier, broke my Allen wrench. So I'm going to have to fix that. But there's your set screw on the pulley. We've got the deck all disassembled, all the parts except for the few pieces on the front. What I'm hoping to do is lift this up and then swing it, get it on the tailgate and lower it back down. So we'll see with this setup that I have, see if that's possible. Too much struggle. So we're back at the deck, and again, I did not get the footage of the sandblasting. I could throw a couple of pictures in here. First day I didn't even have a phone or a camera. I was just trying to get it done. We've been having extreme amounts of rain. But anyway, so I actually sandblasted the deck, top and bottom, and then I put this red oxide primer on it. Somebody gave me an idea, hey, why don't you do a bed liner coating? So this is Duplicate Color Bed Armor, and it's actually kind of old. So I had it, and I just said, well, let me throw it on here, let me see if it adheres and what kind of protection we're going to get. It has a roller, but it's very coarse at the moment. I think some of it, it's got Kevlar in it, and some of it has already kind of stuck together. So what I'm going to have to do probably is get some of the chunks out once it sets. I've got the deck flipped over after putting that bed liner on the other side, and it's not going to be, I don't like it, put it that way. I don't think it's going to hold up. Some of it's kind of stuck, some of it, the thicker pieces, the rubber is just going to fall off, is what it looks like. So I'm not real satisfied with how that came out. Granted, I knew the material was old and it was a mess. So we got the deck here. I've flipped it over, and you see I'd already had the top coat on, just a Rust-Oleum. This is an added a little extra primer in some of these areas that were real bad. I mean, you can see this area, it was a real bad area. And anywhere where it looked like the powder coat was kind of bubbling up, and I went over it with a little light fine sandpaper, sand pad, and I just went ahead and hit this front edge again with some primer, just to get enough coating, trying to get some extra meals on there that and you put that hardener in there, it really does a good job. So I've got it all mixed up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get this top coat on. Here we go. Alright, so we got one more step. We got the deck all assembled with all the pulleys. We got our new belt on, new blades. This deck slid under and get it bolted up. Alright, so we're all done. The deck is mounted and hanging. Let me give you a little tip on this deck mount. You got to pull against, on this particular Outlaw, there's a strut. And I can't do it because I got the foot pedal on, but there's a strut right here, and you have to pull against that to let the arms come down to connect the chains down here, right here. And it's kind of hard to do if you're by yourself. I did have a little bit of help, but again. So what I did was I hooked the ratchet strap up here behind the seat and hooked it to the pedal. Now every bad boy model is going to be a little different, I guess. I don't know. I think this is a 2013. So, and then I was able just to pull this tight and ratchet strap and pull against that strut. So that worked out really well. All right, so the deck is complete. Didn't turn out quite as good as I'd like. Again, I had a lot of difficulties. Carburetor on the gas air compressor didn't want to work, had to order a new carburetor. Even trying to clean it, that didn't work. So we finally was able to get it. We had a little bit coarse blasting media at first, and it was plugging the gun. So again, this is my first time blasting. You know, I had to order a hood and just all sorts of things. So it was a big challenge, but now we're set up, and I'll probably be blasting this top part next. So thanks for joining me on this, and I hope this kind of helped you out. I don't know if it really did, if you were looking to do this, but you're looking at about 3 days if you have everything set up. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.